You are watching Germantown Municipal Television, your source for everything Germantown.
Hello and welcome to Entertaining Germantown. I'm your host, Parke Kennedy. On this show, we'll be taking a look at some great things going on in the arts and culture world during the upcoming month. I'll be chatting with Mac Edwards from Caritas Village, artist Leanna Hicks, and GPAC's marketing manager, Nevada Presley. With me now is Mac Edwards, Executive Director of Caritas Village. Thank you so much for being here, Mac.
Thank you for asking me.
Well, I'm delighted to have you here and excited to be able to talk to you about sort of the new page in the Caritas Village story. You were shut down for almost a year.
Closed for construction, not shut.
Right, that's what I meant. Closed for construction, but sort of ceased operations,
yeah.
Which I'm sure left, a hole in the community because it's such a vital place. And you're back, getting things up and running, lots of plans in the works. So it's an exciting time.
Yeah, I've been on board since May 1st, and I replaced Oni Johns, who was the founder and executive director. I call her the godmother of Binghamton. But we reopened this is our 5th week to be open. So it's going well.
Going well. So let's backtrack just a little bit and tell us a little bit about the founding story. It's a heartwarming story about Oni and the village.
Well, Caritas Village is not a religious organization, but a faith-based organization. And Oni Johns lived out in Germantown, actually, and retired and felt drawn to do something in the inner city. And a little over 20 years ago, she formed the Caritas community with some other people, David Vaughn and some other people. And then 11 years ago, they opened Caritas Village, which is in a former Masonic lodge. And they opened it with, the reason for the renovation is they opened it, with bubble gum and baling wire. and they raised $500,000 and did a complete renovation.
Awesome.
And here I am.
And here you are. So tell me about the mission of the organization. What's the purpose?
Well, we want to build bridges between the races. We want to help. The mission says those made poor. And we just serve the community in a lot of ways.
So it's a community gathering space.
We serve lunch. That's the shiny thing, 6 days a week. We're open until 8 Monday through Thursday. But the Sierra Club and the Lynching Site Project and other things are, people had to go, we were closed for 16 months, people had to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Now they're coming back to us.
Because there were art classes and there were theater and there were all kinds of
children's programs. Yeah.
And so now gradually building that back up. But lunch is up and running and going really well. And I read something about the Pay It Forward program. Tell me about that.
Well, we feed anyone that comes in that can't afford to eat. And anyone, a grilled cheese sandwich, all the soup they want and all the cornbread they want. So it's nourishing and satisfying. And so to help support that along with just the regular lunch crowd, people will, and sometimes they'll pay like a lunch amount. Sometimes they'll give us a flat 10 or 20 or sometimes $2 or $3. And that helps pay for our mission. And it's great.
So I can come, have lunch, pay for my lunch, leave a little extra, knowing that that's going to go to help pay it forward in terms of a meal for someone in need.
Exactly.
That's a wonderful, wonderful thing. And I'm sure the food is great because you're in charge.
Well, it's pretty straightforward. It's food people are familiar with.
Comfort food.
Yeah, and it's as farm to table as we can be. Our pasta, for instance, is made by Miles Tamboli, who lives in Binghamton. He gardens and sells produce, and he's also making pasta now, and he's selling it at farmers markets. And he gives me pasta. So we did let me get this right. We did a casarecchi. I got it wrong, but pasta today, like baked ziti. And sold just a whole bunch of it.
And so he's giving back in his way, and you're using I mean, talk about local.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
pretty local.
Yeah.
That's great. That's great. And so programs are building back up. We were talking earlier, you mentioned working with Playback Memphis, which is a wonderful organization, talking about developing some sort of a program for some of the...
and they can tailor it for children or seniors or whoever. And they've come to us, Ann Wallace has come to me, and I'm talking to De La Salle School, which is across the street from the village, and maybe tailoring something for their middle schoolers.
So pulling all these elements together, and Playback Memphis is a wonderful organization that really kind of can help address community issues at whatever level. So lots of conversations can come out of that, and like you said, sort of building bridges between people from all walks of life.
And and De La Salle is a very diverse school. A big part of the Latino community goes there. The indigenous people from the neighborhood, have been there forever. And then, and the people of all colors and races. So it's a great school, and we may do that kind of program, so.
And so in support of sort of this re-energized mission and putting these programs back together so that folks can come and enjoy, obviously you're raising funds. Lots of different ways, I'm thinking.
And we're having our gala next month on the 17th. It'll be at the Village.
17th of November.
In November.
Okay.
3-course meal, cocktail hour, wine and spirit draw, silent auction. Joe Birch will be our MC and our auctioneer. Joe's been really kind to Caritas Village through the years. And then we want to do some dinners to raise money. We want to do some music to raise money, but then take that money and then do things for free for the community.
Right.
There's a great African dance troupe and band, for instance, and there's a whole lot of stuff going on in the community. And give them a venue. With a paid show, we can do a free show.
Yeah, great. So to find out more about the gala, do they go to your website?
They can go to Caritas Village, CaritasHopeVillage.org.
Okay.
Our Facebook page.
Okay.
We're going to have hopefully tickets on sale this Monday.
And how big of a crowd can you accommodate for that?
We're going to do 80, 90 people. It's our first party to do out of our own kitchen. We'll be doing our own catering, and my staff is very capable. And so kind of we may grow it later, but to get the wheels on, I'd rather do 20 fewer people and do it well than give people a bad experience. We want them to come back.
Well, it sounds to me like those tickets are going to sell out fast. You've got great food, a great cause. You've got auction, music, cocktails. Sounds like
Joe Birch is
Joe Birch.
Really big TV head, so it's great.
Yeah, so that's great. Well, thank you so much for being with me today, Mac.
Thank you for asking.
It's time for a short break. When we come back, we'll talk with artist Leanna Hicks about her art exhibit at GPAC. Stay with us.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help. And slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
I'll be right back. Hi! You think you're probably sober?
Yeah.
But you're thinking about taking the back roads home, just in case. If you're probably sober, then why would you do that? Good choice.
Probably okay isn't okay. If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
That's a full glass of wine. I'll be chatting you later.
You are watching Germantown Municipal Television, your source for everything Germantown.
Welcome to Entertaining Germantown. I'm here on location at the GPAC lobby with artist Leanna Hicks. Welcome, Leanna.
Thank you.
So we're really excited to be able to do this. We're sitting in front of an exhibition of what you're saying is about 6 months of recent work. You came here from Louisiana in 2008. You're a graduate of the Memphis College of Art. It looks like you stayed.
Not for long. I'm on my way out, headed to Detroit.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
But leaving in style, you know.
Yeah, with a great show.
Yep.
So your work is filled with imagery and color. Tell us about your process and sort of what goes through your mind when you're working on these pieces.
The process is more of like a discipline for me. I wake up and do essentially the same things every day. I work in the studio, like a 9-to-5 job, and I take breaks to go on long walks and sort of decompress and get away from my mind, because it is such a self-absorbed like action to make art. But I never know what I'm gonna paint. I just go into it using my intuition, and I think I have a pretty good imagination on me and a lot to say.
Yeah,
So
yeah. So you mentioned in your bio that you find Memphis to be inspiring to your work.
Yeah. That is because I can go out and walk around and see people and interact with people. I talk to all different kinds of people every day. I'm kind of a people person, but not in large groups, like more one-on-one. And the South is good for that. You know, people want to connect and they want to share their story. And we all have a lot more in common than I think we give ourselves credit for.
And you've been generous with your work. The Brooks Museum recently auctioned a piece of your work off to support inner city
School programs,
art programs. That's really, really wonderful.
Yeah, I love the Brooks Museum. It was my first job when I came to Memphis for my undergrad, so it felt awesome to step back into that space, being able to give to them, you know, donate my work to them. I was really honored.
Yeah, that's really great. That must feel really good. So, and it must feel great to have this show up here at GPAC in the lobby. On the gallery, there's a downstairs and an upstairs space. So you have how many pieces hanging here?
I think it's like 34 pieces.
And they're each one wonderful and different.
Each one is very wonderful and different.
Expressive, yeah. And you've sold several pieces. So this show hangs until the end of October here at the GPAC Gallery. So folks can come in anytime GPAC is open, which is 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. And then they're also could view the work if they were coming to a show. And the pieces are available for purchase. And they would contact the box office to inquire about pieces. You've sold several.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It feels great to know that people like what I'm talking about, like what I'm painting about. You know, that's what it's about.
Yeah, yeah.
And I appreciate the support.
And you're a career artist. This is what you do.
Yes.
So, and I think you had some other good news you wanted to share about.
Oh yeah, I get to work on my first mural October 9th through the 23rd with my partner, Brandon Marshall. He is an accomplished muralist around town.
Yes, he
and we're going to tackle our first mural together. And then I'll leave Memphis. So I feel like I couldn't ask for a better exit, having a show here and then getting to assist him on a mural and learn more about.
And the mural's going to be located in
Hotel Indigo.
Hotel Indigo,
Yeah.
in the lobby, or?
It's going to be on the outside by the entrance, I believe.
Fabulous.
Yeah, he's designing it all. It's looking gorgeous. I'm really excited.
So pretty large scale
Yeah.
installation.
I hope I don't slow him down. But I'm super excited, yeah.
Yeah, that's great. And so what does Detroit hold for you?
Oh man, it's so magical. It's like big, abandoned like houses everywhere, overgrown. I mean, for an artist, we see the beauty in things that other people might be afraid of. I don't know. But there's hand-painted signs everywhere and murals everywhere. My dream has always been to paint big. You know, like Diego Rivera painted these huge murals that were like about social issues, political issues. I'm not too political, but I do want to paint for the people, you know. I want to help connect people. So that's always been my dream. And then I met someone who paints murals, and I feel like Detroit is just perfect for us. I got to go somewhere a little bit bigger for now. I don't know if I'll rule Memphis out forever, because I'm totally in love with Memphis. I might come back, but for now I'm ready to step into a
There's
bigger
a
city.
lot going on in Detroit,
Yeah.
especially in the downtown art scene, and
Yeah.
especially to do with murals. So,
Yeah.
and, you know, sort
Yeah.
of all those canvases
I know.
empty, waiting
I know.
for
So
someone to come
exciting.
along and transform.
Yeah.
So, well, wonderful. Well, good luck with that.
Thank
and
you.
Thank you so much for sharing your work here at GPAC with us.
Thank you for having me.
So, like I said, the work is available for sale, and a
Mhm.
portion of the proceeds goes to benefit GPAC.
Yes.
Which is wonderful.
I think
to
so, too.
Support the programming here.
Mhm.
So, so tell us the name of the show. I think we forgot
The
to
name
say
of the
that.
show is A Call to the Wild, Speak to Me of Love, and that's the painting that the show is named after. And yeah, I wanted to be bold, you know. I want people to know that they're stepping into like some real passion.
I think it's evident in the work.
Yeah.
And there's so much going on in each piece. Is there a theme that sort of resonates throughout the pieces? Is there sort of a constant? You see various angels and hands.
Yeah, it's mystic. It's like spiritual. There's mysticism, life, death, evolution, interpersonal relationships, just life, living.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of it, and
Yeah.
a lot of wonderful color, and the bits of gold.
Oh yeah, I'm wild about gold. I want to wear it all the time. I don't take them off when, like my earrings, I just sleep in them. Like, I love gold. I want to paint big gold and silver murals, like mosaic tiles too. You know, like you see in the old cathedrals.
Yes.
Yeah, that's that. I love that.
Yeah.
I go to Catholic Mass just to like light a candle and look at the gold. Yeah.
Well, thank you for being here. We can't wait to see what you do next.
I can't wait to see what I do next.
Good luck in Detroit.
Thank you.
So it's time for a short break. When we come back, we'll be back in the studio. I'll be talking to Nevada Presley, marketing manager at GPAC, about what's happening at GPAC.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate. It's worn like a badge of honor with good reason, because it means love and devotion for one's country. But what really makes up this country of ours? It's the people. To love America is to love all Americans. This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, sexuality, disability, race, religion, and other labels. Because love has no labels.
This is the story of a boy who was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help. And slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
You are watching Germantown Municipal Television, your source for everything Germantown.
Welcome back to Entertaining Germantown. I'm very pleased to have GPAC's marketing manager, Nevada Presley, back on the show to talk about what's happening at GPAC. Nevada, thanks for being here.
It's my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
It's always fun to have you. It's
Thank
always
you.
fun to look at this amazing program of
Yay.
events coming up at GPAC. So looks to me like the next thing going on is an Art Savvy, little thing called Art Savvy, coming up in October, which is
October
actually going to
16th.
be sort of leading into the Take Me to the River show on October 20th.
Exactly. So Take Me to the River Live is a concert which celebrates the music and culture of New Orleans, like the Take Me to the River Memphis, celebrated the music and culture of Memphis. So we're presenting the live show on October 20th. There's also a documentary that is, part of the Take Me to the River New Orleans whole thing that they put together, exactly, the story. So we're going to screen a 40-minute preview of the documentary on October 16th at 7 in the hall. I mean, it'll be really neat to see the movie in there. And then and then after there is a panel discussion, and I'm really excited about the panel who will be there to discuss the preview. And it's one of the producers, who is Cody Dickinson. He was also a producer of Take Me to the River Memphis. Right. William Bell will be on the panel, and also Brian Breeze Keole, who is a musician from New Orleans who transplanted to Memphis after Katrina. So we'll have the perspective of a musician from New Orleans, producer of the film, and then William Bell, who was in Take Me to the River as well.
There'll be questions, give and take.
And the best part is the program, but another really great thing is that it's free. So we recommend that you make a reservation, which you can do at gpacweb.com.
Okay.
You just put your name in, we'll hold seats for you. You can reserve as many as you'd like, and then just come. So we just kind of like to make sure if you are going to come, we hold a seat for you.
Yeah, and so it's called Art Savvy.
Yes.
Take Me to the River. And it's part of a series of Art Savvies. GPAC does several of these throughout the year.
Yes.
In advance of a performance, and it's kind of an adult education opportunity for people to really kind of dive a little bit deeper into a subject matter. That's
I think the next
really
one is in February, and it's before one of our visual art exhibits. So the artist will be there, talking about her exhibit.
Reflect on her work. And, that's exciting. So, well, that sounds great. So sign up for Art Savvy, Take Me to the River, and then go ahead and buy tickets to
the show.
Which is
Dirty
gonna be
Dozen
phenomenal.
Brass Band, Ivan Neville, Ian Neville, Lost Bayou Rambler Duo. They have a really cool producer who produces.
And is this all in a 2-hour show?
Yeah, it's all in a 2-hour show.
Happen? Wow.
Yeah, it's going to be a big funky party.
Big funky party.
Yes.
And then after that, Soweto Gospel.
We're going to sneak Bailiff Fleck and Edgar Meyer in on November 2nd. Zakir Hussain will play like the Indian drums. Rakesh Teresa is also Indian. He plays a flute. So that'll just be an amazing show. You think of Bailiff Fleck as playing the banjo, but he plays all sorts of string instruments. If you want tickets to that show, hurry.
I've heard people say that they've heard him and just literally levitated out of their seats. So,
so that will be a great show.
That's exciting.
That's on a Friday night.
Okay.
And then the next Sunday is Soweto Gospel Choir. And I kind of get the chills talking about this choir. They're 40 members strong. They were founded in 2002 in Soweto, South Africa. And their mission is just to bring just the power and inspiration of African gospel to the world. So since 2002, these 40 people have been traveling all over the world. I mean, their costumes, I've been looking at the pictures, and they're just beautiful.
So colorful and vibrant and rich.
All different voices and sounds.
And there's some dancing too, some movement.
Yeah, and everything just comes from this just place of joy and sharing, just this beautiful sound.
It sounds like a great, when is this concert? November 4th. So a great way to kind of ease into the holiday spirits, get your heart and mind in the right place to deal with Thanksgiving dinner and the family or whatever it is you
just
have to
kind
do.
of have a transformative experience before we kind of have to dig in and be inside just the joy and the color and the sounds.
And
it's gonna
they
be awesome.
have performed, it says here, with Diana Ross, Celine Dion, Peter Gabriel, the Harlem Gospel Choir, and the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
And then very diverse.
Very diverse.
They've also performed in some really different places, Carnegie Hall, London, like I said, all over the world. You know, they're just really an amazing group of people. Some of the members have been in the choir since 2002.
Since inception. Wow.
Yeah.
And they travel together, all 40 of them. And they're coming
And their
to GPAC,
director,
and
yep.
and their director, and they're coming to GPAC for just that one night.
Yeah.
So
the show is at 7. Most of our, evening shows start at 8. This is on a Sunday, and it's starting at 7.
7. Okay, so get your tickets now.
And while you're there, you can look at the visual arts exhibit. It's called Magellan's Medicine. It's by Dr. Malini Gupta, and her artist reception will be on November 10th. Before the Ellis Marsalis show. I think it starts at 5:30 to 7:30.
Okay, and it's a bit of a mixed media show, so it'll be very different.
Some ceramics, collage.
So lots going on at GPAC.
Yes, very exciting. Looking forward to the fall.
Great. Well, looking forward to having you back on the show next
you.
month, hopefully, to talk about what's happening at GPAC. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nevada. It's time to wrap up the show. Thank you to all my guests for being here, and thank you, the viewer, for joining us on Entertaining Germantown. If you'd like to watch this and other shows on Germantown Municipal Television, please visit www.gmtvonline.org. I hope you'll join us when Entertaining Germantown returns next month.